Hi, this is Shadi, and today I want to discuss sumo in a little bit more in-depth manner. So a year ago I made a video on the history and also a video comparing judo throws and sumo throws. Sumo throws are very rich. There's many of them. Many of them can be found within judo. So it's not just two big people shoving each other outside of the dohyo or the big circle. So I'm making this video because I do believe that sumo deserves far more, I'd say, credit or appreciation, because we tend to look at it more from the cultural aspect rather than the technical, even though sometimes this is needed in many martial arts, but in sumo we tend to overlook many things. So why I do believe this is a missing link of judo, it's because it has two things that judo does not have. The first one being the very close range. In judo, when you bear hug someone or when you clinch, you only have a few seconds to attack. You cannot focus your entire match on this particular tactic. So for example, you do a bear hug, one hand has to grip the gi and the other is gripping the other hand, and you must attack efficiently and rather quickly. So it's not so much of fighting within the close range like in no-gi or Greco-Roman or freestyle or folk style. So first thing I want to talk about is these physiques that we see here in front of you should, I would say they should be brought more to light and more attention, because when people think of sumo training or wrestling, they would think that they would have to be big and eat 15,000 calories. Also, the other thing is the complexity of techniques, the explosiveness. It's not just two people shoving each other outside. Here you see what is called a kake nage, or what we call in judo uchi mata. So here you see, first of all, you can have a very aesthetic physique. People don't find the I would say the elite sumo wrestler physique very palatable or very much admirable. No one wants to look like that. We all want to be round, ripped, strong and lean. Here you see another example of a judo throw, or uchigake, what we call in judo, or uchigari. Here you see the very basic form being done in sumo. So sumo provides, I would say, like I said, the close range, while judo, it is more of the far range. With the gi, the cloth you're holding, there is somewhat of distance between the two. And also sumo provides that close range, so you can experiment with the over and under, and also wear the belt. So any type of belt wrestling in the world, you would see that they have over and under, double over, and gripping the belt. Here you see the uwatenage is also ukigoshi, again being performed with sumo, no gi required whatsoever. Here you see suso harai, or a foot sweep, what we call a deashi harai. As the foot is lifted up, it's the good time to sweep it, or as it's trying to transition from one place to another, you sweep it, as you see here. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you can look at sumo differently. Grappling wise, you can consider it as a no-gi judo with the belt on. I know there is many cultural aspects that we ourselves do not know about and also do not practice or will never practice. For example, the way they wear the mawashi, you can see their buttocks from the back. When you see, for example, the purification rituals in Japan, they look like they're wearing sumo outfits. Here you see, for example, the shorts. So if we took that to the West, minus the cultural aspects like they did in Brazil with judo, I think it can bring something to the table. I know, amateur sumo has weight categories. You can see very good physiques. But again, how many people are sponsoring amateur sumo? Not that many. So again, it's still something that's not in the spotlight. So I think now with the rise of no-gi or submission grappling, I think sumo's methodology can be something that to consider. They have very quick and swift takedowns. The pushing, the shoving can be very optimal. So also, this brings me to my next subject, and that is the self-defense aspect. We tend to say that in judo, you know, there's no reflex against strikes, there's no strikes, so a lot of your I would say you have a problem when it comes to someone striking you if you're not accustomed to it. But in sumo, if you can put someone at bay with your shoving, also, you know, making, you know, tactics around someone pushing and shoving you. For example, I've seen so many street fights, you know, growing up as a kid. You know how many of them, they push each other violently and very strongly, like you see in a sumo match. Almost all of them. And also, you know, sumo has coined terms for them. There's many differences in them, just like little differences that make different judo throws. Same with, you know, the hand work or the teiwaza of sumo itself. So it's providing you with both a new range to work with, stand up wise. Obviously, you clinch, you do over and under, and also you have the belt option to grip with. All your judo techniques are there, obviously minus the sutemi, because you cannot grip. And also it can really help you with the shoving and the moving and the explosiveness, going forward into someone and not making them so much of a threat, and also managing your distance. Either they're too far away while you are shoving them, or they're too close when you can handle that range. And if you add judo to that, you'll have that middle range where you're grabbing cloth, and also the newaza and sacrificing techniques. I think we should a little bit stray away from looking at sumo from the cultural aspect and really try to appreciate it more in the technical aspect. I know many martial arts we say we should appreciate the culture more and stop so much focusing on technique, but I do believe sumo we should do a little bit less the opposite, because we tend to neglect the technical aspect of sumo because of the big physiques and not so much, you know, focus on technique. And also you see how sumo matches end so quickly with the throw, with the sweep, so much that we need to see a replay, slow motion. So they do possess a lot of capabilities. It's not just the big size. I know at the highest of level, you know, there's no weight category. The bigger you are, it's gonna help you. Takanoyama obviously proved otherwise, but nonetheless, you know, the bigger you are, it's gonna help you. Couple that with good technique and you create a monster. Same with Boch, and same with other belt technique or belt wrestling around the world. So this is a short video that I wanted to do in terms of truly appreciating sumo. You know, we say no-gi judo is needed in terms of the stand-up, self-defense wise, etc. I think a small addition to judo would be sumo. If you wear a rash guard and you put the belt around you, no one's gonna think, you know, you're a fat person who's showing their buttocks or in a diaper, and they, you know, look at sumo either with ridicule like a lot of us do in the West, or just talk about the, you know, the physiques that's not very palatable. So if you have anything else to add, please let me know down below. If you are a fan of sumo or you practice sumo, please let me know, like in the West obviously, let me know about the physiques that are in your class or in your competition, and how do you go about it. I would love to hear more. I think sumo deserves far more praise technique wise, and thus I'm making this video. So if you have anything else to add, let me know down below. Also consider supporting me on Patreon. I post there once a week, and also do not forget to check out Josh Simon's shop in the description below. This was Shadi, and thank you for listening.